welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty and I am bringing you another episode of our family dynamics. And as you can see, we are here with Danika. When we left off in the last stream, she was just trying to figure out if she was going to be able to go on a date with Sergio, and so she had invited him over wanting to know if he was single. And unfortunately, she did get the news that he was seeing someone. So we are back to square one. And so for this episode, we are going to need to find someone for Danika to have as a love interest, because as we know, she does need to have 3 to 4 children for her goals in her challenge of this Family Dynamics Generation 1. Since she does need to marry as a young adult and she needs to have 3 to 4 children, she kind of needs to get on the ball with that. So what we're going to do in this episode is go ahead and get her working on the Simsta dating app. I'm going to get her set up on a blind date, and we are going to have a little bit of fun with that and see if she hits it off with anyone, and maybe she will find someone that she can, I don't know, maybe settle down with and start a family. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it and get started. It does look like currently right now she is feeling a little bit dazed. It says lingering daze. Danika is still a bit dazed. Their head will clear up soon. So she's feeling kind of dazed, but she's also aroused right now from being on her cycle, and she's really in the mood for some action. So we are definitely going to need to get her into a relationship so she can start, getting some action. These lingering feelings of needing someone to love on her are definitely creeping up in her life. But let's check and see when she goes to work. So she does have work in 8 hours time. She's already completed all of her work tasks. So I do think it will be a good bet that she can go ahead and get promoted today, which is going to be great news. I think that after she finishes getting herself kind of ready here, I'm just going to have her go out for a little bit of a jog. I think that will be good for her to just have a little bit of a jog here. Get herself a little bit of exercise. It is like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not exactly sure why she's up, but it is what it is. The garden is looking great. There is nothing out here that needs to be currently tended. It looks like it's in perfect condition. So really, she just needs to wait for it to be time for her to go to work. Maybe get a little bit of sleep, but her needs are in excellent condition, so I don't guess that she's going to want to sleep for us. So maybe we can get her to go jogging, and it will get her a little bit tired, and she can take herself a little bit of a nap before work. She does enjoy her exercise routine, and she is liking the outdoors, and she gets really energized from doing exercise and getting herself in a fit place. So I at least like the fact that she doesn't, get all kind of down about it. There are some Sims that get really upset when you make them go jogging, and they really, really hate it. And she doesn't happen to be one of those Sims. She actually prefers to go jogging, so that helps us out quite tremendously, because it is at least something that helps her improve her mood, and it's also good for her to have a little bit of a workout in her life. So we love that. It says here, a good workout always boosts the spirits. So she does enjoy that. It makes her happy to get a good workout in. It gives her something to do. It helps clear her mind. And, we love that. She's also reached level 2 of her fitness skill. So that's perfect. Once she is done with her workout, we'll get her home and she can go ahead and have herself a bit of a shower, because her hygiene is in need of a little bit of a boost now that she has had this really good workout put in. And then maybe we'll let her get a little bit of fun up as well, because she has some low fun need. She'll probably want to play a little bit of video games, because let's face it, that is typically what Danika does for fun. Go ahead and get yourself a shower. She's whistling while she showers, and she is in a fantastic mood, which is perfect. I love that she's in such a good place mentally. The workout really, really got her mind in a good place, really boosted her spirits, which we love. Means that she's going to go into work tomorrow in great spirits, which is also going to help her to get that promotion that she's going to need, because she's going to be in such a great mood, and that's great. She does have work in 6 hours time. She goes in at 9 a.m. So as soon as she gets a little bit of fun in, then we can maybe have her have a really quick nap here, and then she can, after that, go ahead and get herself into work for a little bit of work time. Well, I wanted you to go ahead and do something for fun. Go play your video games and get some fun in. So she's just getting her fun up, and then I'm gonna have her go to the washroom, and then it will be time for her to go ahead and get herself ready for work. It is about 6:30 in the morning, and as we know, she goes in at 9. She's not really doing much as far as her hunger goes. It's going down pretty slowly, so I'm gonna just leave her for that. I don't think she really needs to get anything in her stomach yet. She's reached level 2 of video gaming, so she's really doing well with her video gaming. I'm gonna have her go ahead and go to the washroom, and she does have a little bit of a hunger need here, so we'll just go ahead and let her get some leftovers as well. That way she doesn't go to work hungry. So she can go ahead and eat this food, clean up after herself, and brush her teeth, and then I think about that time it will be ready for her to go ahead and go on to work. Please tell me you're not eating while you're brushing your teeth. You are. Oh my gosh, that is some multitasking at its finest. That's not exactly what I meant, but okay, that's perfectly fine. Clean that up. Get yourself ready for work. All right, and once again, she's dazed. It says dizziness. Something doesn't feel quite right. It might be a side effect from her monthly cycle, but Danika can't shake this dizzying feeling that the world around her is spinning uncontrollably. So she is dazed and off to work. That's probably a really bad combination, but off to work she goes nonetheless, and now she is just in a fine mood. We'll catch back once she's back from work. Okay, so Danika is back from work. She has been promoted to a caterer. She now gets an additional 10 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 26 per hour. She's also received the following bonus of 368 simoleons and a stainless steel auto pot, which is great. We can actually go ahead and put that in our kitchen, which is perfect. We're gonna have us a lovely little pot in the kitchen here that we can use. So let's go ahead and pull that out. You can just put that there. We love it. I am not going to keep the cabinets though. We'll sell those. All right. And I realize the stainless steel auto pot does not match the kitchen very well, but you know, she did get that from work, and it is a coffee pot, so we'll go ahead and use it. And she is just going to get up a little bit of fun, and then once she does that, I'm actually going to go ahead and let her do the Sim to Dating app after she has her fun up. And yes, she can like video gaming. All right, let's do the Sim to Dating app. We're going to do a blind date. We're going to do a male blind date. All right, let's go ahead and go on our first blind date. And looks like we are going on a blind date with J Huntington III. We are going to go to the thrift tea place with him. I know it's not super fancy, but they're just going to go and have a little bit of some bubble tea together. Okay, and we have arrived here at the thrift tea place, and it says here, the thrift tea amateur comedy night has begun. Grab the mic and amuse yourself. Okay, well, I don't know if we're going to do that, but let's go ahead and we will do a respectful introduction. Let's put her in something different as far as her outfit. They are just going to go ahead and get to know each other a little bit here. She's going to compliment the appearance of her date and go ahead and try to flirt a little bit. Obviously, she needs to meet some of these goals here. It says we need to socialize with our date 4 out of 5 times. So we will just socialize a little bit here, ask about his day.
They really seem to be hitting it off pretty well, and as you can see, their friendship is going up quite a bit as they sit here and they get to know one another. We've got this random person that has just decided to show up and butt their way into the conversation, which is not ideal at all. But here they are, just deciding to go ahead and get that kiss in, because we do need to go ahead and kiss our date as one of our milestones. So let's see how that goes.
It wants us to kiss him, but I do believe that it means we have to do like a first kiss in order for that to take place. Let's see if we can sit together and chat. Sit and chat here.
Well, we have literally just had someone else take over our table, and she's like, what the heck? Like, we're trying to have a seat here, and you've decided to just take over our table.
Bruh.
So let's go ahead and see if we can get them to sit over here at this other one.
I was gonna say, why does this guy keep taking our seats? Please go away. And it wants us to hold hands. These two are actually hitting it off pretty good, which is nice to see. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to get her to do everything that she needs to do as far as being able to meet the date gold status, but they're having a pretty decent date. They're obviously going ahead and doing fairly decent. They've become okay friends. They've become okay as far as their romance goes. It's about neck and neck, really.
And she's trying to have all these conversations with him. She's trying to woo him and wanting to hold his hand and flirt with him and make some jokes with him. But this person that's over here talking to them is kind of being a third wheel. He's butting into the conversation. He's taking over everything. And she's thinking to herself, how am I supposed to do anything with him with this guy here in the way? And he's just obnoxiously here singing as she tries to tell him jokes and hit it off with him. And he's just oblivious to the fact that they're on a date and don't want him involved.
They are actually doing pretty good. They're feeling a little bit cold. It is a chilly evening here out at the thrifty place, and here in Copperdale, it is winter. I'm surprised she's not cold. I am going to try to get them to hold hands here if I can do that, because that is something that they need to do. She's going to ask him if he wants to be her boyfriend. And he said yes. And let's see if I can kiss him. First kiss. Okay, so they got a first kiss in, but it wasn't counting on the date thing. I don't know why. Oh, it did count. Okay, let's see if I can get her to tell him a story. She has to tell him a story and just be like, you will never believe about my day. Let me tell you about the story that I have from work today. Oh, he just autonomously just kissed her, which is great. So she's going to tell him this funny story about work today and about how she had this really funny person come in to the restaurant, and she's just telling him all about it, and she's like, you'll never believe what happened to me, and he's like, you've got to be kidding me. She's like, no, it was the funniest thing ever. And so they're just kind of having a little bit of laugh about her day at work and having a really good time. Obviously, they have really had a good date together here. It went actually pretty smashingly. She's loving the fact that this went as smoothly as it did. She wants to have a deep conversation with him. The very first person that she has gone on a date with, she has decided to get into a relationship with. And honestly, I don't know if that will last. We'll just have to see. Now she's getting cold. Okay, let's get you into some warmer clothes. Hold on. She's like, I'm about to piss myself. Like, honestly, I've got to go to the loo. You have no idea how badly. J Huntington, where are you headed off to? It's like, I'm starving. I'm going to go make myself some food. At the thrift store. He's just cooking himself something up in their kitchen. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, and I don't think you're allowed to do that. But he does not care, and he is just helping himself to cooking here at the place. And so he is like, I don't even care. This is just what I'm going to do. I'm going to have us a deep conversation with our date again, because we need to have more than one deep conversation here. We need to have both Sims flirty at the same time, but I don't necessarily think I'm going to be able to do that. But we have reached gold on this date. They have had an amazing date. And he is non-committal, so there may be a situation where we might end up having us a little bit of trouble getting them to stay together here. I don't really know. We will have to see. Let's see what her sentiment is about him. So, If we open up the sim profile, it looks like she perceives him as attractive. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. They are lovebirds. There is a connection of curious hearts. This is shaping up to be a beautiful romance. Danika believes that Jay is unreliable. It says a sim who gives the impression that they can never stick to one thing, place, job, or person doesn't inspire Danika to build a friendship. And Jay feels that Danika is in dreamland. So even though these two had a negative first impression of each other, they did hit it off in their first date, and they have decided to go ahead and be boyfriend and girlfriend. This may be a disaster of a relationship, and we may see them have a falling out. But they have decided to go ahead and give it a try and start dating. So they are in a relationship, and we will see how that goes. As we know, first impressions aren't necessarily how a person always feels. It's just the very first impression of a person, and those impressions obviously change over time. That being said, this date is going to be over in 10 minutes time. I am going to go ahead and just get her to give him a little bit of a hug here, and they are going to go ahead and say goodbye for their date. And they did get a gold medal earned, and they are just having themselves a little good night kiss here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take Danika home. She's like, thank you so much for the date. I had an amazing time. She's like, but I do have to get myself home now. It is midnight and I am shattered. The poor dear. Okay, so we have arrived back at the house. I am just going to go ahead and get her to grab herself something to eat here really quick because she is really hungry, and then we'll let her go ahead and get herself off to bed for the evening. She's like, I went out for a date and we got so enthralled with one another that we forgot to eat. We forgot to do anything but just spend time talking to each other. I don't think I've ever been on a date where I've spent so much time just enthralled in the other person that I forgot to eat. Like, I'm a foodie. This never happens. And she is just really shocked that she has, forgotten the very vital thing of putting food in her body to nourish herself because, she is all about that food. And Danika is really liking the fact that she hit it off so well with J Huntington, and she is hoping that this relationship is going to be a good one. She is obviously very attracted to him, and she's hoping that this relationship is going to be one that lasts for her. She is obviously feeling very flirty after their date. She is wanting nothing more than to settle down and start a family. But guys, I am going to check back with you in the morning when she wakes. Good morning. As you can see, Danika is up and it is about 8:30 in the morning. She is straight away on her phone. She is browsing the web. And as far as needs go, she is in pretty good shape here. I am just going to get her outside. We're going to take a look at the garden, which seems to be actually in pretty decent shape. There is nothing here that needs to be tended. So I am just going to have her go ahead and just get into the kitchen here. She looks like she wants to go ahead and have some coffee. So she's going to make herself a little bit of coffee this morning. Sergio is texting saying, hey, I heard you became friends with J Huntington III. He's pretty cool. Oh, well, thank you so much, Sergio. I really appreciate that. So we are just waiting on this coffee. It is the TV season premiere today, and so she does need to go ahead and see about maybe getting in, watching that TV season premiere. Hopefully she can get that in. Actually, it doesn't even look like we have a television. Maybe we can get her a television. Let's go ahead and work on doing that. Maybe I can get one in the living room here, and I can put it up on the fireplace. See if she can watch the season premiere. Okay, so she's going to go in here and watch the TV season premiere, and she's going to enjoy that. It looks like she also is browsing the web. But we also at some point want to have J Huntington III over. I think that we want them to maybe spend a little bit more time together. She did find out about him that he is non-committal and he is active. So how much longer does she have as a young adult? She has quite a little bit of time, and she goes to work in 6 hours. She needs to reach level 2 of the mixology skill. So we also need to learn mixology, which we will need to do by reading a book about it because we don't own a bar. So let us find a bookshelf. I believe we have a bookshelf somewhere. Okay, so no, not open. Purchase mixology books. Let's do skill and then mixology. We'll get her some mixology books here, and then we can learn mixology. So Danika is well on her way. She has watched the TV season premiere, and she has marked that off of her things to do for the day that she has met for her holiday for the day. She has now acquired the mixology skill, and it says that she can now make drinks at the bar, which is perfect for her, obviously needing to get that for her work task for the day. She already has prepared food and mixed drinks as her daily task, but she does need to reach level 2 of mixology skill in order for her to be able to get a promotion again at work. She may not be able to get a promotion when she goes in today, but that's fine. She did just get promoted, so it isn't like she has to get promoted every single time. It looks like she is going outside because she's going to react to the first snow. It is snowing here out in Copperdale, and she is really just surprised that it's already snowing. She's like, I know it's winter, but I wasn't expecting us to have snow this early in the season. This is freaking ridiculous. I mean, it is really, really cold, but what about my plants? Oh no, her garden isn't going to be able to yield any crop for her. We're going to have to wait until the next season for that to take place. And we're probably not going to have any chance to have any, crop at all, because she doesn't have enough gardening skill in order for us to buy any seasonal plants either. So Danika is kind of stuck in the water when it comes to her gardening levels, which is not ideal at all. That being said, yeah, it's just unfortunate. But I do think that after she goes to work today, when she comes back home, we'll probably invite over J Huntington III, let him come in and visit with her, and maybe they can get their relationship up a little bit more and see if they can talk a little bit about maybe their future, and if they have the same goals in mind, see if he might want to consider settling down. We'll maybe have them just talk about these kind of things. Hey Danika, you're so notorious that one of the unscrupulous friends has been asking to meet you. Can I give them your number? Sure. So I don't know that he will want to maybe move in with her or move and into the next step of their relationship. He is non-committal. We may find that this is going to be a really difficult relationship for them to have, but we can at least try and see if that's something that he might want to do. I'm going to go ahead and get her working towards the bathroom here. She did finally get to mixology level 2 though, so she did meet that work task for the day, which is perfect. But she did it just in time because she was about to pee herself. Let's go ahead and get her into the kitchen here. She is feeling pretty famished, so she is wanting to go ahead and get herself something to eat here. And how are we as far as work time goes? She goes to work in 2 hours time. I would really like to send her out for a run, but with the fact that she is about to go into work and it's snowing, I don't know that she's going to want to go out for a run. So I may go ahead and let her opt out of her jog today and just let her go ahead and skip it. I think I'm going to just give her a chance to call and chat with Jay before work. She's like, hey, I just wanted to call and let you know that I have to go to work in about an hour's time. I do have a little bit of a shift. I work from 3 to 11, and I was wondering if maybe you might want to come over tomorrow and see me before I have to go into my shift tomorrow. And he's like, actually, I think that would be great. I can come over tomorrow and we can spend some time together before you go into your tomorrow shift. And she's like, okay, that sounds great. So she does have really weird work hours. She works from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So tomorrow they will spend some time together before she goes into her tomorrow shift. So she'll go to work and then she'll come home, get some sleep, and then tomorrow we will see them spend some time together. And she will have that conversation with him about if he and her should possibly consider moving their relationship forward a little bit and how he feels about, you know, possibly them being a little bit more serious, in the sense of, you know, she wants to have a serious relationship. Her ideal relationship obviously is that she's looking for someone that wants to be in a committed relationship, that wants to marry her, that wants to have kids with her, and that's the relationship that she wants to have. If that isn't the type of relationship that he's looking for, then maybe they shouldn't be together, because obviously that is what she wants, and that is the long-term goal that she has. If that isn't the life that he's looking for, then maybe these two aren't the right fit. So she is just going to ask him all of these kind of questions and see where it goes tomorrow when she sees him. But for now, Danika is off to work. Okay, we have arrived back home. Danika has gotten off of her shift here. She was promoted to mixologist. She did receive an additional $9 per hour for a grand total of 35 simoleons per hour. She got a bonus of 515 and an Umber kitchen sink, which is lovely. Her next shift is Friday at 6 p.m. and her new hours are from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So she does go in tomorrow at 6 p.m. We will obviously have Jay come over before she goes into work, but for the meantime, we are going to go ahead and let her use the washroom, grab something to eat, and then get herself off to bed. It is really, really late, and she would need to go ahead and get herself rested up here. She had a pretty good shift. She is feeling really happy. She is really excited about her promotion. It says, moving on up, the sky is the limit in this career. She's really thrilled with the fact that she's doing so well in her career and that she's moving up the ladder like she is. As we know, she wants to be a chef, and she is loving the fact that she is moving up this career ladder as fast as she is. She kind of thought that she would maybe have to struggle and it was going to take her a really, really long time, but she's been getting pretty steady promotions and she is feeling really, really blessed about that. That being said, she's like, this is a damn good grilled cheese. I don't know if it's just I'm like starving after my long shift or what the deal is, but I definitely know how to make a grilled cheese. I can tell you that. Really, Danika? It's a grilled cheese. It can't be that great. She's like, no, but it's the type of cheese that I use and just the way that I did it. Okay. She's headed off to go and have herself a little bit of rest now. And then when she gets up, we'll have her go ahead and invite over Jay. Okay, so it is the morning. It is about 6:30 a.m. Danika is up after her night's rest, and she's just having herself a quick shower. She's going to go ahead and get herself ready here for Jay to come over for the day to visit. And then she's going to obviously have him visit her, and they're going to have that long heart-to-heart discussion that needs to be had for her to figure out where they stand with this relationship, and if they're going to be able to move forward or not, or if this is a relationship that is just basically doomed from the beginning. All right, we'll have her go ahead and get herself something to eat there, and then we are going to invite Jay over to hang out at the current lot. It's like she basically lives on grilled cheese. Because she just made a big plate and lives on leftovers. But soon those will be gone, so. Alright, so he is here. We're going to go ahead and talk to him about marriage, and we're going to also talk to him about if he wants children. I'd be alright with having a child. I'd also be alright with not having a child. Alright, so let's go ahead and have her ask him about marriage. And see if he likes marriage. What did he say? Did she ask him about that? No, she didn't. Okay, so let's see if I can get her to ask about marriage. So she did ask about kids. He is okay with kids one way or the other. He's like, I don't really care one way or the other. Kids could be good. Kids could be bad. You know, if we have kids, great. If we don't have kids, that's okay too. And so he's not, you know, he's not really Yeah, he's kind of just whatever about it. It's the marriage thing that we need to know about. Okay, discuss expanding the family. I'm glad you brought this up, Danika. I've been thinking of the same. Let me chat with Danika and I'll get back to you. It would seem that he's actually okay with this whole thing. Like, he seems to be okay with discussing the whole baby thing. Expanding the family seems to be okay with him. He doesn't seem really upset about this whole scenario at all. I am going to go ahead and do a romance thing and see if she can propose. He seems to be keen. He just accepted her proposal. I think that this is something that he actually does want. I think that it says he's non-committal, but I think that with her, there's something about her that makes him want to be with her, and maybe he doesn't feel that way about her. And there is something about her that makes him want to commit. I'm going to ask him to join the household, and we're going to go ahead and bring him into the fold. Alright, so these two are moving in together. Let's go ahead and I'm going to give him a really quick makeover and I will be right back. Okay, so this is the makeover of J Huntington III, and this is what I have done to him. I did take away his non-committal trait due to the fact that he is with Danika and does seem to really enjoy the fact that they are together, and he has accepted her proposal as quickly as he did. I think that maybe he is not necessarily feeling very non-committal when it comes to her. I think that there's something about her that is making him want to settle down. So I've taken that trait away from him. He now has the traits of bro, active, bold, stern, and he's a Pisces. So we're going to go ahead and jump back in the game here. Okay, now that I have gone ahead and given him his makeover, and as you can see, he is back in the game here. These two do seem to be very happy with the way things are going with their relationship. I did take away, as you saw, his non-committal trait because I figure the way things are going with them, they would be happy to be in a relationship together. As you can see, I'm on him right now, and he is very happy with the first kiss, with the new partner, with a new friend. He is happy he's spending time with his family and friends. He is engaged. It says, Jay getting engaged may seem odd to others considering he cares about romantic freedom, but the decision makes sense right now with this sim, and it remains a joyous occasion. Plus, nothing as of yet is saying that Jay's freedom would take a hit from this. So with her, he's not feeling those feelings. So I think it makes sense that I would take away that non-committal trait from him. He is not feeling that way with her. He does not, he just isn't feeling those things with her. So I took away that trait. And that being said, I think that these two are going to make a lovely couple, and I think they're going to have a long, happy life together. They are, as we know, engaged, and they are probably going to hopefully start trying for a family soon. We know they both are wanting to have a family, and oh, there they go, autonomously kissing one another, which we love. So I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next Family Dynamics episode. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.